Alright, ladies and gentlemen, 6 seconds till countdown. This is ladder path number 2. Remember, in the first game we were going for a 1 Rax expand and it didn't quite work on Cloud Kingdom. Therefore, the small adjustment we agreed we were going to make is still do the 1 Rax expand. However, we're going to get to our second house before we go ahead and try and push into our castle. Is that good? Is that bad? We don't know until we try it. Remember, whenever you are making an adjustment, you can adjust in the right and the wrong direction. As long as they're small, tiny adjustments, and you make them, and they will overall culminate in a big difference, okay? So, we're going to try a more aggressive attempt, something like making more units before we go. We're still going to do our 22-second check out over here. Our opponent is Karakol-Kapitan. So we're going to check him out, see what's going on there. I would not be surprised if, given the map size, he is in fact going for yet another castle first. Let's get it on. Our barracks is going down at a pretty okay time. We set our hotkeys, F1 for the main, F2 for the natural, F3 for the side. I'm probably going to have to run drills with myself just to get like a sense of flow of 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2. 2, 4, 6. That's my scouter, barracks, castle, main, natural. Okay? These are the things that we're going to have to work on and practice on. I haven't seen any workers so far scouting on the other side, but let's go over here on a hunch and see what he's up to. Oh, no. Wait and see. We will not be denied. We have got this, right? We are on like Donkey Kong, and unsurprisingly, there's the castle first. Let's see. This is actually, he's pulling it instead of finishing it. That actually gives us a lot of time to delay this. That's perfect. That is actually perfect. Pulled plenty of time away from that castle, so he doesn't get the benefits over again, but don't count that, okay? When you capitalize on an opponent's mistake, that is almost appears to be an unforced error or a decision that you know that a better player, such as, to me, Full Collapse, Division 1, the guy that we had just played against, if we know that our opponent isn't going to make that mistake, then there's no point in pretending, oh, well, he made this mistake, therefore that's okay, and that's what makes it good. It's important that your play doesn't depend on my opponent's made a mistake, but rather that it depends on doing something that is very crisp, smart, well executed, timed, and has a sound strategical basis overall. Capitalizing on mistakes is important, but depending on your opponent to make them in order for your strategy to work is, to me, a subpar approach, even though it is, of course, a very skillful way to work with more aggressive openings. It's just not something that I favor. So one of the benefits I'm seeing immediately is that while our castle is going to be really delayed compared to our opponents, we're not hitting this barrier that we were quite hitting before of like, oh, you don't have any money for anything. So we're going to keep the pressure up over here, see if he has a tower or not. I do not see a tower. Okay, we see a tower. So we're going to wait for units to stream in, and we're going to punish this by going in through the main base. As soon as we have that ability, I want to make sure we have enough units to do so in an intelligent fashion. And what I'm noticing is that all these workers are actually good. Did you actually pay for that skin, he asks? Well, I cannot tell a lie. It is an awesome skin. And we will tell him so, waiting for the second soldier. Just that way I can tank some of the worker shots and we'll be good to go. Tutorial is almost ready for testing, says V-Tester. Thank you, V-Tester. You are literally the best thing since sliced bread and a half. So, lots of cool adjustments that I'm noticing. I think you were given it for free. Absolutely not. Okay, so now that we have 2 soldiers, we're going to go over here, and then we're going to go ahead, ignore that. He does have a barracks. That's okay. And we're going to wait until we get to the 250 over here. And yeah, we're going to start doing some damage. We're going to pull this guy over here as we did before. But notice this. Oh my gosh, he has 2 towers. Lord of the Rings. That is actually okay. Since he is the Lord of the Rings, we are fine. He has built so much static defense that we need to make sure he's not going for something like a super greedy third base. And if he isn't, then we're in the clear. We'll be good to go. Blase blase. Okay, I'm not going to do any damage. We might as well cancel this soldier and go ahead and expand like so. The extra soldier isn't going to help us that much. Here we go. Yeah, the extra soldier wouldn't help us as much as, say, the extra workers that we're going to be collecting, so I'm perfectly fine with this. Once we make sure he doesn't have anything over here, I think we're in the clear. Yeah, okay, we should have made that guy. That's okay. My mistake. These are the mistakes that we're going to make. It's okay. So I think we're going to leave this guy over here and pull him from the group. All those towers mean that Karakol-Kapitan is set behind for something, some kind of big two-base attack or pressure. So we're going to dive in here pretty soon, see if we can't figure out what that is. Thanks to the extra worker income deal that we did before, we have more than enough to saturate this once it gets ready. Oh my gosh, so many workers. I can actually get behind that. That seems like a pretty cool thing. We did force a lot of attention out of him on that. So the biggest thing to me now is that we make sure we're not going to die to something dumb. So we need to check all the everything and make sure there's nothing crazy going on, because a crazy thing is the fastest way that we lose this. Remember before we talked about wanting to go take a third base? There's a forge. Can we get the snipe? Oh, I don't know if we got it or not, but he is getting a forge. Okay, that's okay. So we're going to go ahead and build this unit, and then we're going to send him over here to make the third. Last time when he did that, he died because there was no one to help him. So we're going to go make the third like so. Make sure that's the optimally placed third. Okay, there we go. And I think we need a couple more. Yeah. We're going to need our third, but I want to have continuous production before we go ahead and get it. He wants to hide something, just due to the way that he hid that. It kind of screams like something is suspicious or up to me. So we have a lot of workers. We're actually going to be okay with that, and I think we can go ahead and make this forge now. Key it to 5. We want to make sure he doesn't sneak anything out. I just would love to. He's not looking like he's going to expand anytime soon, so we can park a unit out there instead. Yeah, we just want to be very precise and consistent with our unit creating this. And I think we're going to go ahead and start up on our barracks. Numbers 2, and once we have it, 3. Okay, so you are going to be number 2. Look at the vision he has. Oh my gosh, perfect. Okay, so I think we go ahead, we make our third, and then we're gonna be in good shape. There is a concern. We should probably throw down a tower, but I'm not seeing an immediate reason to. Let's see if he has any upgrades already. He does not have upgrades already. Okay. That's okay. We can deal with that. I can deal with that perfectly fine. Actually, if we can mispull these out of position, we could do a lot of damage. Oh, yes, we could, because we're going to pull him out of position and then make him have to chase all the way back into the base. Okay, that's a nice little tactical thing. I kind of like that. We're going to make sure that we get our speed started, and now we're going to start on archers. Yes, that was the order. Fair enough. Looks like he's going to try and get his own third base. Going for those units first. Okay. Pull these units back. Do we save the weakened workers? We save them. And I wonder if we can actually get something done over here with the badassery. Yeah, actually, it looks like we're getting a lot done. So, and we need to go ahead and make a house as soon as we have the ability. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Such value. Oh my gosh, such value out of those guys. Oh my gosh, we're going to deny the third, and what this means, his attempts to take a third tell me that he is not going for some madness. We're actually in a really good position. We're going to want to go ahead and get another house, but I'm pretty happy with that. I wouldn't be surprised if he circles around and tries to kill this, so let's get that guy there. And you guys, you are the fucking kings of the Stone Age. or the queens if you prefer. I think we don't need any more workers. Nope, we need a few more workers. That is the most badass. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, we're doing a lot of damage over there. I kind of like that. I don't know if this was the... And we're going to get our speed pretty shortly. I do love me some... He has more damage, but speed means we're going to be able to catch up to this guy. Yes. Yes. Okay, and we're going to be done making more workers. So I actually think that we're in a great spot right now. We might even want to take our fourth. The expected game plan for me for taking the fourth is that, oh, okay, we will take the fourth in that. Oh, nope, run away. Run away if you want to survive. You're the real McCoy. Oh, can we juke? Can we juke? Touchdown! So, oh my gosh. The value town on this value. Okay, so what we normally do right before I'm expecting to go ahead and try and take a fourth is I want to go ahead and build a second forge and then a mage area. Mage's Guild, I believe it's called, Mage's Tower. Oh my gosh, denied the third, and we've done a lot of damage over here with speed warriors. You know, not speed racers, but speed warriors. I can definitely get behind that, and I think this is playing out a lot better. I don't know, though, if that is directly from the opening, although I am suspecting that it is. Maybe it's because of all of the, by now you've expanded, he says, and rightly so, I have expanded. There's 5 and 4, 1, 2, 3. We're going to make more. We're going to be max soon, and that's really when I want to attack. As long as he hasn't expanded yet, which is a thing that I should have checked a long time ago. If he had an airship and was cunning, we'd be in a lot of trouble. So let's just make sure that that's not going on. And we're just going to go ahead and I think take our fourth base. No, we're not going to make that. We're going to take the fourth base. Yeah. Okay. I think we just go. Yeah, he has +1, but he doesn't have anything else, and we actually have some pretty good speed upgrades. So, and there's the GG, and we win that round. Okay, actually, pretty good, pretty good. So that was the all we won. Okay, now the adjustment. It's hard in a win to see where you might want to make the adjustment, but it's important that you do nonetheless. We want to take a look and say, if our opponent had done this, what would have happened? Or we were weak in this moment, so what happened there? I felt like we were pretty good, except there was a moment of unease when I couldn't get into his main. If he had been setting up for a really big, like, hidden, if he had used his units to hide behind towers and built a super strong 2 base, 4 racks all in with forge upgrades, I think we would have been in deep, deep trouble. It's only after I saw him try to take the third that I thought we were in a good position. So that being said, let's go ahead and save this one as Ladder Path 2. And then we're going to save it into my folder. Of course, all of these are going to be available both online and in the forums once I'm done with them. So LittleWarGame stream videos, and we're going to go all the way back over here to Ladder Path, and we're going to upload from Ladder Path 2 all the way in here. Okay, and okay, where did the first one go? Oh, we're going to have to look for the other one later. All right, but that's done for now. So we're going to X out of here, and now we're going to watch the replay. So, load the replay. After, of course, you did not see this. I failed to do it last episode, but we are, of course, going to give a GG well played out to... I do not see Karakol-Kapitan, so we will provide that GG to him at a later point. We'll get out of the editor. That's not what I meant to do. And we will load up... Oh, I see. I see. Oh my gosh. Okay, I know what I did wrong. I saved it in the wrong place this time. So we're gonna go ahead then. Stream videos, Ladder Path 2. Sorry, Dragon Archer Z, you are a good map maker, but I can't do that right now. I'm doing a show. So we're going to notice, the first thing I want to notice is where were we on our scout timings? Now, remember, we have to expect that this would not hold up normally. If you were just that close in this instance to finishing the castle, had Karakol-Kapitan let it finish, I expect that he would have been possibly another worker ahead, seeing as we delayed it from 119, 120 until about 134, so that's about half the time for making a worker. Notice that he built a tower here and here. And really, this kind of, I think, won us the game outright. If we minimize and we go over to Q, we see that we do have more army and workers than he does. Now, that's not a testament. This is not the true test of whether or not the adjustment we made of making a second house is actually useful. This merely tells us what happened incidentally. So here we discover what was going on. Now we need to be identifying a way or a solution to figure out. You can't see this in the replay, but you saw it in the original. We need to find out a way to go in there and find what he's doing in this scenario right here. Okay, so we saw the towers. So this is where you have to have an imagination, right? You need to understand what's the worst thing my opponent could do. Assume we saw our opponent on 2 base for a long time. If we are trying to go to a 3rd base, yet our opponent had stuck on 1 barracks, yet our opponent Karakol-Kapitan had stuck to instead 4 racks on 2 base, it would have been very, very bad for us. Notice that the forge was up. I want to see, did we actually get this? Yes! Oh my gosh, we got him! Okay, so here's what we want to note. Around now, 5:45 is the time at which I will want to take my own 3rd. Notice that the worker is moving in that direction. We really have the workers. We have almost enough for 2 base. Yeah, we really could have afforded to go ahead and try and get it, right? So the important thing there, to me, is that we need to make sure when we try for a move like that, we should have spent the money on workers here and here. We want to make sure then at 5:45 our opponent doesn't have a 3rd. Especially since we saw a forge. So we don't need to play so much as we need to imagine. So here's the adjustment I'm going to make based on not what Karakol-Kapitan did, but what could have happened. So, as we already talked about, if he had stayed on 2 base for a long time, he could have done 4 racks all in and just killed us because he can make 4 times the units that we can, and that overruns our ability to reinforce. That being said, I think an intelligent decision here is at 5:45, it used to be 5:15 in the old patch. This is part of the adjustments, right? By 5:45, I want to have a soldier scouting each one of his 3rd base locations, or double bases if they exist on the map. And if I don't see them, I want to put up a watchtower. We'll say at 5:45. If I want the soldier in the base at 5:45, and if I don't see it, immediate watchtower. Immediate. Okay, so that's the adjustment we're going to make this game. And of course, the rest of the game is pretty much similar to how the loss, the rest of the game was a formality on that one. The rest of this game, the win, is a formality of this one. So once we get over here, especially once he tries to take a 3rd base and we keep denying it, that's when really everything just goes south over here for poor Karakol-Kapitan. So that being said, this part of the game right now, right here, is an illusion. You know what's not an illusion? The end of this game. Okay, thanks, and until next time.